We've seen Jedi funerals, we've seen bodies recovered, we've even seen Force ghosts appear to confirm a character's death. But Mace Windu, one of the most powerful Jedi Masters of his generation, just disappeared. No body, no funeral, no ghost, nothing. And here's the thing. In a galaxy where Darth Maul got cut in half and lived, where Palpatine came back from literal disintegration, the question isn't really, did Mace die? It's, why hasn't Star Wars told us what happened to his body? So, we all remember that brutal scene in Revenge of the Sith. Mace Windu had actually won. He disarmed Palpatine, had him cornered at the edge of that window. The strongest Sith Lord in the galaxy was on his knees, and Mace was about to end it all. Then Anakin made his choice. One swing of that lightsaber, and Mace's hand, along with his iconic purple lightsaber, went flying out the window. Before he could even process what happened, Palpatine unleashed everything he had. Force lightning, point blank, right to the face. And then Mace Windu, one of the greatest Jedi Masters who ever lived, was thrown out of a window thousands of feet above Coruscant's streets. That was it. That was the last time we saw Mace Windu in the flesh. George Lucas cut away, the story moved on, and Mace became another casualty of Order 66. Or did he? Here's where things get interesting. In official Star Wars canon, I'm talking movies, Disney Plus shows, the stuff that counts, there's literally zero information about what happened to Mace Windu's body. Think about that for a second. When other major Jedi died, we got closure. Qui-Gon had a funeral pyre. We saw Yoda's body fade into the Force. Obi-Wan became one with the Force right before our eyes. Even the younglings killed during Order 66, when Yoda and Obi-Wan returned to the temple, we saw the aftermath. But Mace? Nothing. Now, some folks thought they spotted something in Obi-Wan Kenobi. In Episode 4, when Obi-Wan discovers that tomb of fallen Jedi, there's a body that looked a lot like Mace. Fans went crazy for about 5 minutes until someone pointed out the obvious. That body has both hands. Mace lost his right hand to Anakin. So unless the Force lightning grew it back, that's not our guy. The only real mention of anything related to Mace after his fall comes from Legends continuity, the old expanded universe stuff that's no longer canon. Apparently, a Duros scavenger sold what he claimed was Mace Windu's broken lightsaber to a senator, saying he found it in the lower levels of Coruscant. But even that doesn't tell us about the body. So this brings us to the debate that's been raging in the Star Wars community for almost 20 years now. If we never saw the body, can we really say Mace is dead? On Reddit and Quora, fans have basically broken this down to a formula. One user put it perfectly. Every character who appears to die and then falls from a great height survives. Luke in Empire Strikes Back, Palpatine in Return of the Jedi, Darth Maul in The Phantom Menace, even Obi-Wan in Revenge of the Sith when he fought Grievous. Meanwhile, everyone who appears to die on stable ground, Obi-Wan in A New Hope, Yoda in Return of the Jedi, Qui-Gon in Phantom Menace, really is dead. By that logic, Mace should be alive. But here's the counter-argument, and it's pretty solid. Yes, Mace fell. But he didn't just fall, he was electrocuted first. We're talking about sustained Force lightning powerful enough to disfigure Palpatine himself when it got reflected back at him. Mace took that straight to the face, lost his hand, and then fell from a height that would make most people pass out from fear alone. Could a Jedi Master survive that? Maybe. We know Jedi can use the Force to slow their falls. The High Republic books actually show Jedi practicing something called controlled descent as a standard training technique. So Mace knowing how to survive a fall, that tracks. But being conscious enough to do it after that lightning attack, that's the real question. Now, if there's one person who's never given up on Mace Windu, it's Samuel L. Jackson himself. And honestly, the man's dedication is kind of beautiful. Jackson has been saying for years that Mace isn't dead, might not be dead, or could have survived. He straight up insists Mace Windu is alive. In February 2024, when Empire magazine asked him about it, His response was just, "He's not dead." All caps. 3 exclamation points. That's commitment. When he appeared on The Tonight Show in October 2024, he made his case pretty clear. There's a long history of one-handed people in the Star Wars universe. Just because they cut my arm off and I fell out a window doesn't mean I'm dead. The man's got a point. Then, in April 2025, something pretty awesome happened. At the 20th anniversary screening of Revenge of the Sith at the El Capitan Theater in Los Angeles, Samuel L. Jackson took the stage before the movie started, stood there in front of a packed house, and declared, "Mace lives." But it's not just Samuel L. Jackson keeping this dream alive. Bryce Dallas Howard, who's directed episodes of The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, and Skeleton Crew, has been having conversations with Dave Filoni about bringing Mace back. In June 2025, she told The Direct that she went straight to Filoni and asked, "Can we just talk about Mace Windu and where he is? Because is he dead? Is he? So why hasn't Lucasfilm just given us an answer? Why keep this mystery going for 2 decades? I think there are a few reasons. First, it's good business. Mace Windu is marketable. Samuel L. Jackson is one of the biggest stars in the world. The purple lightsaber is iconic. Keeping the door open for a potential return means they've got an ace up their sleeve whenever they need it. Second, it fits Star Wars storytelling. This franchise has always left certain things to our imagination. We didn't see how Palpatine survived until decades later. We never saw exactly how Boba Fett escaped the Sarlacc. The ambiguity creates conversation, keeps fans engaged, and honestly, sometimes the mystery is more interesting than the answer. Third, and this might be the most important part, closing that door permanently that one of the coolest Jedi Masters ever created is really gone. And I don't think anyone, from the fans to the filmmakers to Samuel L. Jackson himself, really wants to do that. George Lucas has said Mace died in Revenge of the Sith, but even he's acknowledged the character's popularity and the creative potential in leaving things ambiguous. The Lucasfilm story group generally confirms Mace's death when asked, but they always leave just enough wiggle room for future stories. So, was Mace Windu's body ever found? According to Canon, we have no idea. It's never been addressed, never been shown, never even been mentioned in any official capacity. And honestly, I think that's exactly how Star Wars wants it. Whether Mace Windu survived that fall or not, his absence leaves a question mark that the franchise can use whenever they want. Maybe we'll see him return in some future Disney Plus series. Maybe he'll stay dead, and that ambiguity will just be part of his legacy. Maybe, just maybe, Samuel L. Jackson will get his wish, and we'll finally learn that Mace Windu lived to fight another day. Until then, all we can say for certain is this: we never saw a body. And in Star Wars, that means anything is possible. The Force works in mysterious ways, after all. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.